to Norristown Area High School for this NASD TV presentation of boys high school basketball as we prepare for the district playoffs. The Norristown Eagles welcome the Patriots of Central Bucks East on the court this evening. East, a team that has come on strong a little bit as of late. They started out a little bit weak and have been led by the center, or the person who's in the center right now, Brian Scott, number 40 for Central Bucks East, along with Tom Kachansky, who's number 11. And immediately, Norristown takes advantage of the height, and Ed Moore scores 2 points for Norristown. Norristown opens up in the press. They work it underneath, they get it down low behind TJ Tolson. Rejected by Ed Moore into the hands of Marcus Green. They kick it out up top. Shockley once again trying to work it down inside, working kind of a triangle offense. Green tries to make it from three-point range, no good. And TJ Ed Moore, who can hit from the outside, pulls the trigger, no good. Norristown early on dominating the boards. Once again, Ed Moore trying to work it inside. Norristown being patient, right now hanging on to a 2-0 lead with 6:54 remaining. Setting up for the playoff seedings, as I had mentioned. Tonight's going to be a big victory, especially in light of the developments at Plymouth Whitemarsh. Ed Moore, big inside bucket, gives him 4. East tries to beat the press. Kachansky's a little bit late running down court after that extended pass and can't save the ball inbound. Central Bucks East opening up on it with a pressure defense of their own. CB East also will be heading into the district playoffs this year as they met their school requirement of having a 500 season or better. Kachansky inside, pumps, gets Maurice Allen in the air, and Marcus Green working against Scott, kicks it downside to the side, baseline jump shot, Tolson is good. The first bucket for the Eagles aside from Ed Moore inside. Pressure defense, ganging up on Spinozzi, who stands all of about 5'3", turnovers created. And with just under 6 minutes left, Coach McGee has a play called in on the inbound. Ed Moore we will have the privilege of speaking to at the conclusion of the game, along with assistant coach Dean Barron, so stay tuned for that. Should be interesting, as like I said, we'll get some comments about the game this evening, how the season's progressed, and what they feel like is going to be happening as we go into the playoffs. That time, Ed's shot's a little short, bounces over the top of the rim, and Spinozzi sets up quickly for the Patriots. Three-point shot attempt is up and good. Mark Matern. Right now it's a 6-5 game. Norristown on top. Great job, Marcus Green. 2-point bucket. He'll have a chance to go to the line. Right now, the way things are stacking up in the District 1 playoffs is that Plymouth Whitemarsh would have been the number 1 seed. However, due to an eligibility issue with a former Norristown student, it appears as if they have forfeited 12 of their victories as we watch Marcus make good on his foul shot. Nice job. Norristown defense harassing the Patriots. Get a good close-up view here of Tom Kachansky on the near side, about midcourt. But now with the forfeitures of the regular season games by PW, that shake things up a little bit for the seedings. Be interesting to see how the committee pans things out, and by the time you see this, it probably will have already happened. As a matter of fact, I guarantee the seedings are already out, so you'll be aware of what happens. Good shot inside. That's Brian Scott with a 2. Nice job in the paint. The Eagles will open up their playoff. Nice job. Marcus Green pulls the yo-yo on that one, brings the ball back across. But the Eagles will open up, as everyone will, next Friday night. That's Friday the 13th, an ominous date. hopefully will turn into lucky 13 for the Eagles as they look to be one of the top 6 seeds in the District 1, potentially even higher with the situation with Plymouth Whitemarsh. Right now, Central Bucks East working against that trademark Norristown pressure defense. Get the ball in to their marquee player, Brian Scott, and they break the press. Nice no-look pass inside. Spinosi gets blocked by Ed Moore. Ed's got 2 blocks so far tonight. Ed, as everyone well knows, has been prone to reach double digits in blocks. Maurice Allen back across to Marcus Green. Over in the corner to Shockley. Ed Moore is trying to post up. He's probably got 6 inches on McLaughlin. Jump shot taken by Allen. A little bit short. Nice shot over the top. Kachansky from Scott. Double pumps, brings the ball back. Excellent body control. 2 points for number 11, Tommy Kachansky. He can score in bunches. He will change the face of a game quickly. Nice all-around performer, has exploded in various points during the season for 20 points, 25 points on a couple occasions. He and Scott, the 2 captains for the Patriots, we were working with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. It's tied up at 9-all. Nice job inside. Ryan Shockley and TJ Tolson working some magic inside. Norristown's up by 2 points. If you didn't know the score, you would say that Norristown is probably winning this game handily. They're getting a good share of turnovers, as they just did on that play. And TJ Tolson was pointing to Marcus for the oop. However, they do the more conventional fast break, and TJ gets another bucket. 13-9, under 3 minutes to go. First quarter action here at Norristown Area High School. Once again brought to you by NASD TV. Scott creating his own shot. Brian Scott, number 40 for the Patriots, goes up and under. He and Kachansky right now leading the scoring for the Patriots, 4 points apiece. The other 3 is Mark Matern. (13-11), 2.5-minute mark. First quarter action here. Once again, this game will affect the judgment of the pairings that occurs Sunday, or this past Sunday by the time you see this, as I said. Good try at a backdoor look. Maurice Allen, however, it's deflected. It goes out of bounds. Ed Moore with a wrapped left wrist. Hasn't seemed to bother him a whole lot so far. He's got 4 points early on. There's Kachansky, pulls the trigger on the 3, and there it is. 3-point shot, Tommy Kachansky gives him 7. Timeout called on the floor. Head coach Tom McGee wants to reassess the situation as he finds himself at the losing end of a 14-13 score. 1 minute, 59 seconds left, last home game for the Norristown Eagles this season. A very successful season. Many polls have them ranked in the top 10 in the southeastern Pennsylvania, and by all means, maybe a top 5 team in the suburban area. Led by senior Ed Moore. Break the huddle. East has had better than average success against the Norristown Eagle pressure. Coach McGee might have adjusted that with that timeout called. Quick broadcasting note, you'll notice the absence of Mr. Schaefer, Mr. Neil Schaefer's voice. Unfortunately on the IR tonight, we miss him. Hopefully he will improve his health, get better. We've got a lot of playoffs to do, hopefully. Spinosi sees Kachansky. Working it inside, back outside. This is so far just about the longest possession Central Bucks East has had. That largely due to the pressure defense from Norristown, forces the offense to work a lot quicker than it's normally used to. We're going to get ready for our first substitution. Brad Weldon's going to get set to check in as Spinosi's shot goes long. Brian Scott, nice finesse shot. Little baby jump hook. Spinosi on defense, mirroring Marcus Green. And it's 16-13 in favor of the Patriots. Green takes matters into his own hands, comes up a little short, can't finish the shot. Scott with a nice behind-the-back dribble, crossing over in front of Maurice Allen, right to the rack. Shoots a little long. Rebound Norristown. They're going to work the pressure up. Inside, Ed Moore going back to the bread and butter. Referee's got to travel. Fans aren't too pleased. Ed's not too pleased. Weldon is going to be checking in for TJ Tolson. Norristown benefits from the interchangeable parts that come off the bench. They are a deep squad. East will play primarily the 5 that you see right now with little variation. And they could get winded as the game progresses because Coach McGee can freely substitute and get performances out of Brad Weldon and the rest of the bench that are not a let-off or let-down from the starting 5. East sets up the offense. Things have kind of stalled in the latter stages of the first quarter. Brian Scott off the dribble. Once again, Scott, 8 points, jumps into the lead, and again, as I had said earlier, the scoring from CB East is going to come from Kachansky and also Brian Scott, and they've got 15 points between the two of them of East's 18. So they're the keys. Concentrate on those 2 players. At the end of the first quarter, the score is 18 for Central Bucks East and 13 for Norristown. Leading scorers, Patriots, Brian Scott with 8, Tom Kachansky has 7, Mark Matern with 3. Ed Moore leading the Eagles in scoring with 4 points. Marcus Green has 3, coming off a field goal and a foul shot. And the rest of the buckets by TJ Tolson, I believe, unofficially. Although I'm doing the game by myself, so I will be prone to some errors. This is entirely unofficial scoring. Norristown cheerleaders here trying to fire up this crowd of about 250 people. Smattering of fans from Buckingham, Pennsylvania, rural Buckingham, making the trip down to Norristown.